So my story is that I still remember
What's gonna happen is gonna happen. She went in the wait.
it was getting awkward because we can't really have a long conversation.
So where are you from? Japan. Oh, Tiki, that you're my Tiki.
Please don't take my tiki away. You ready?
Yeah.
You wanna have one tiki and then...
No, I have my Tiki.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You're here with Haru and...
Sorry, I'm fixing the Kuma.
Let's just call him Akuma. for
Akuma?
today. No, just Kuma, not Akuma.
When I picked Kuma, as in Ninja Kuma, I didn't realize that Akuma meant devil.
So this entire time, I've been calling myself Kuma, and people have been calling me Kuma. And then we started playing Danganronpa, where they have Monokuma. So if you know Monokuma, half of him is this Shiro Kuma with a nice little smile, and the other half is like a Kuro Kuma with a scary smile and a red eye.
It's fucking Akuma.
Alright, let's get started.
See, she always cuts me off like that. She's like, alright, you've been
feel
talking
like-
too much.
I
You're
feel like-
hijacking this video. Yeah, it's cool. What are you doing?
Fixing your sock. Today we are finally making a how we met video. Thank you so much for asking us for that for a long time now. It's been like almost a year. We've been lazy not making this video, but here we are.
I like how when she does something right, it's all her. But when it's something wrong, it's us. We've been too lazy. It's like, hang on, what?
That's so true actually. But you do that as well.
No, I don't.
Anyways, let's get started. So, how did we actually meet? Your story first.
I like how she's like, no pressure, but you're up first.
No
What-
pressure, but you go first.
You know what they say, ladies first.
Okay, no problem. I thought it would be easier for you to start. So my story is that I still remember I came to Sydney for the first time. That was on a Valentine's Day, February 14th. And then I just got to the airport and I was so tired.
Are you sure you came on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
100%.
I believe the flight was on the Valentine's Day.
So if we check your passport, you'll have a stamp.
Why does it have to be so precise?
I've never heard the version of your story that says, well, I arrived on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
It was a magical day. I remember it vividly.
I have a feeling that it was actually on the 15th. It doesn't matter. It's not.
I like how this story changes every time I hear it. There's details that are added every single time.
Anyways, let's just get back to my story. So I arrived on the airport. I was so tired. I was sleepy. I was rubbing my eyes and stuff. And then we arrived at the housing, the main housing. And the first RN that I met was really nice. Do you remember Donna?
I remember the Korean girl.
Yeah, she was
But
really nice.
do they know what an RN is and what housing is?
Oh, so RN is a resident. So RN stands for residential networker, and he was one of them. But I'll tell you about that later.
And
so
where was
met-
I a residential networker? What's housing?
So housing is a dormitory.
Okay.
寮みたいな、学生寮みたいなところで働いてる人で、they mainly work for international students coming from different countries. It was a student housing at the university, and I met that RN girl, and she was really nice, and we were kind of just following her to get to the main housing where we registered everything and set up the bank account and all those stuff. And then I have to say that I can't remember the people's name that I met on that day, because I met like over 100 people. People are so nice and friendly and welcoming. So everyone was like, "Hey, hi, how are you? Where are you from?" and stuff. And then I had the same conversation over and over when I was so tired. So
Pretty girl problems.
Thank you. Yeah, so my story is gonna go on, but if you wanna add something so far, you're welcome. Because my next story is gonna be like a week later.
Well, see, the way I remember it, because I was working then, every 6 months we would have a new group of foreign exchange students coming, and they would have, I think, a bus would pick them up from the airport and deliver them to the housing residence. And since I started working there as a residential networker, it was my job to greet them in the morning. We would say, good morning to all of them, welcome them, go to reception. This is where reception is. You can leave your bags here. And so they could, on board and get everything they needed. Yeah?
Why did you become a residential networker?
Well, that's a loaded question.
What's a loaded question?
That's a question where you already know the type of answer I'm going to give. So you're asking that question for a very specific purpose. Now, I will get to that purpose, but first, let me set the scene.
Okay, go on.
Now, from my memory, a group of foreign students arrived, and one of them was this very sleepy-looking girl that looked like she had just woken up. She was literally like...
I didn't even have a makeup on.
She was cute. She was really, really cute. She just looked very, very sleepy. So I was like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. And she was like, yeah. So at that point, I didn't even know if she spoke English or not. She was cute, but I just figured she couldn't speak English, right?
Did you actually talk to me? I don't remember.
I did.
Okay, what did I say? Did I just say hi or something?
You really didn't say anything. You were like,
What?
Literally,
That's
your
right.
eyes were literally like.
I wasn't that tired. I said hi to everyone.
Then when she went to reception, I came and said hi a little bit later. I was saying hi to everyone. I was sort of finding out, okay, what's your name? Which building are you in? All that sort of stuff. And then I found out that her name was Haruka, and I found out which building she would be in. Unfortunately, it wasn't my building, but I didn't know which building it was. So I was like, oh, okay, well, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. She went in the waiting area with all the other people, and I just went to say hi to all the other new people.
Do I get to have a say?
You do?
Okay. Were you working there to help people, or were you just looking for a girl?
Why do I feel like this video has less to do about how we met and more to do with...
It's taking so long to get to the point. Let's just get to the point. So apparently that's how we met.
Apparently, see, she doesn't even remember, that's the thing. She was so sleepy, she can't actually remember the first time we met.
My first time meeting him was a week after I arrived in Sydney. There was like a welcome party for international students, and
it was really a welcome party for everyone that lived at student housing.
Oh yeah, to everybody.
Only half of the students that lived in student housing were foreign students. The rest were all domestic.
Right, there were like over 2,000 people in that building. In that main building that we mentioned, there was a big party, and then the residential networkers were the host. So we could see who were the residential networkers because they were dressed up like a black and sparkle.
What was the theme? I think the theme was space or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we were wearing these t-shirts with these shiny graphics on them, and then Dana, who you mentioned, basically just took these sprinkles and just threw them on top of us. So as you can imagine, I had all these like little sparkling stars and glitter in my hair, and on my shirt, and pretty much all over my
You
whole.
gotta thank her because that made you look extra cute.
It made me look extra cute. So, pro tip, girls are a little bit like birds. They like sparkling things.
Anyways, I was there at the party, and so one of the RN guys started talking to me, and we were just talking about Japan, and he was familiar with Japan and stuff, so we could talk a little bit in Japanese. It's not like Japanese sentence, but he knew some of the words, so we were just talking. Anyway, that was him. So that's how we met, and when we were having conversation, it was so long, and he wasn't really asking me a lot of questions. There was always like an awkward moment where none of us spoke, and like I was like so awkward. And when you are talking to somebody, and when you're focusing on trying to have conversations and try to last those conversations, you don't really pay attention to their looking. But then because we had so many poses, I sort of started realizing he's actually cute. And then I started getting nervous.
See, from what I remember, I was sort of at the party, and she was in the area where the table tennis tables were next to the billiard tables. So, she was sort of hanging out in that area, and I was sort of doing my rounds as a residential networker, as you should. And there was basically like a line of guys waiting to talk to her. Like, she didn't realize it, but, you know, there were a few guys that were hovering around just waiting for a chance to speak to her.
I do not believe that.
She doesn't believe that, but it's true. Now, at the time, I didn't actually realize she spoke English.
I don't think I spoke English at the time. You're talking about the level where I was saying like, I'm from Japan.
Basically, yes. In a nutshell, it was entry-level English of... So I knew what her name was, but she was like... And so I was like, you know, are you enjoying the party? And she was like... So it was a little bit of a like, oh, okay. So where are you from? Japan. So it was one of those interesting conversations. So I was in this awkward situation where I didn't really know what her English level was, and I didn't really know whether or not she was interested to be talking with me. She kind of looked interested. She was nodding her head and smiling, so I figured like, okay, that's good. So we kept talking, and it was like, you know, well, you know, what do you study? Which was sports science, you know, Japan, that's cool. Oh, so, you know, do you like to eat sushi? You know, what do you like to eat? And then I found out that her favorite food was salmon sushi. And of course, I made a mental note of that. And then I found out that she played tennis. I made a mental note of that. She studied sports science. Oh, okay. So she plays tennis, studies sport.
He wants attention.
Where are you looking at?
You're talking about me.
I'm telling the story. So, you know, I started making mental notes. After we finished talking, I made sure to write all these notes on my phone so I wouldn't forget. And so the next time we spoke, I just had this ever-growing list of things about Ha-chan. And of course, she forgot most of the things she knew about me.
Did I? Can we get back to the day we met? My version of how we met.
You mean the version where you don't remember where we met? Okay, I'd love to hear that version.
So we were just talking, and you know, sometimes when you're talking with somebody and you don't want to be rude, you just keep talking and you sort of don't know when you stop conversation, especially in a party like that. Even though the conversation wasn't going well, I just didn't, you know, have the courage to say bye. So what I did, I remember that part because I know it was getting awkward because we can't really have a long conversation, and I was nervous and getting sweaty, and you looked cute and stuff, and I just pointed at the girl who I didn't know, and I said to him that, oh, maybe I should say hi to her as well, and then I said bye to you.
Oh, look, a distraction. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, that's just an alarm.
Saved by the alarm.
Oh, thank God. What? Oh, I hate this math thingy.
Do the math.
22 minus 9. 11.
What?
12 times 7.
84. This is how I wake up at 3:11 in the afternoon. Why do I even have this alarm?
For your nap. He takes naps for like 7 times, including the time he snoozes. Yeah, that's basically how we met. We started dating on the 4th of May. Oh, it's so cute. So yeah, like about 3 months later we started dating, and then here we are, we're still together. So this video was about how we met. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you find it interesting, if you liked my story and his story, please give us a like.
I like it how it's her story and my story, it's not our story.
The more like we get, the more likelihood we would get that he would join the next video. So
What next video? What? Thanks for letting me know about this.
So the next video is going to be like any questions, welcome.
What?
I like how I'm getting volunteered. It's if you like this video, he'll be in the next one. I'm like, wait, what?
I just came up with that idea, but if you like this video, please give us a like. Oh my God.